Well, as you know, we are broadcasting live from Universal Studios Hollywood, which is home to the world-famous Studio Tour. Now, the Studio Tour is a... This is going to be hard. The Studio Tour is a 45-minute tram ride that travels through real working movie sets, as well as the sets of famous Universal films from the past, such as Psycho, Jaws, and Back to the Future. It's the signature attraction here at the park, and because it's so successful, they've decided to expand the tour to include many more sets from Universal's vast film library. We wanted to see how the tour has changed. So the folks here were kind enough to give us our own personalized tour. So let's get on board and take the tour. Here we go.
Hello. Hooty-hoo, Mark and Brian.
Hooty-hoo.
I don't actually listen to your show, but my girlfriend does, and she told me that's how you guys like being greeted. Anyway, welcome aboard the Universal Studio Tour. I'm your guide, Lance, and I'll be showing you the all-new and improved tour, which includes many more films from Universal's glorious past. So put on your seatbelts, and we'll go ahead and get started. Now, all we have to do is pass through this abandoned alley, and we'll begin the tour. Oh, whoa, wait! Is this an abandoned alley, or is this the set from The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're in the actual set of The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. It's about a kid who moves to Tokyo and gets caught up in the underworld of drift racing, whatever that is. I don't know if you saw the movie, but it didn't have many stars in it, so it was cheap to make, but it did really well overseas, where they lap up big movies like a dog laps up a turd. And if you look over there, you'll see an actual house featured in the Universal comedy You, Me, and Dupree. It didn't last in the theaters long, but maybe you caught it on Cinemax or Stars. That's the film where Kate Hudson met and began dating Owen Wilson. And according to some, it was their bad breakup that led Wilson to try to kill himself last year. Wow! Okay.
What kind of a tour is this?
Please keep all questions and hold them until we finish the tour, if you don't mind. On your left, you see what looks like an ordinary actor's trailer, but it's actually the trailer that Tom Selleck used while filming the 1992 film Mr. Baseball. Anyone? Anyone at all? Okay, well, Selleck played a baseball player who's traded to a Japanese team in order to revive his fading baseball career. No word yet on whether he'll move back to Japan to do the same thing to revive his acting career. Oh, Tom and his mustache, no, I kid. Okay, speaking of mustaches, there's the set from the long-forgotten Burt Reynolds film Stroker's Ace. Stroker Ace. It's a great movie. Okay, to be honest with you, it's not a great movie. But it's probably the best film about a NASCAR driver who clashes with a fried chicken mogul that sponsors his racing team ever made. Bar none, I mean it. Oh, look, that might look like an ordinary Navy ship, but it's the actual scale model of a boat from the Universal film McHale's Navy, starring Tom Arnold. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Audience stayed away from McHale's Navy in droves, as they did with most of the other remakes for bad 60s TV shows that flooded movie theaters in the late 90s. Huh? Okay, coming up next, I pity the fool who misses the next part of this tour. Why? Because we're about to see the very spot where Mr. T made an ass out of himself in the 1983 comedy DC Cab. Not a funny movie, but it was a movie. Sylvester Stallone has made some of the most greatest action movies of all time. Films like Rocky, Cliffhanger, and Rambo. Unfortunately, he also made some comedies like Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Over there behind that rock, that's where the crew ate during the film. Wow. Ooh. Well, Mark and Brian, I'd love to tell you more, but we want to keep the rest of the new Universal Studio Tour secret to entice your listeners to come down and experience for themselves. But here's a little hint. Time Cop, End of Days, and Howard the Duck. I'm just saying. Really hope you guys enjoy the tour. Please be careful and collect all your...
I have a question.
Sure.
Why do you keep blowing the horn?
It was a sound effect for this particular sketch that I had nothing to do with it. We did a tram sound effect, you see. And before we did the sketch, I called back to the studio. I said, hey, did we get that tram sound effect? And I was told we did.
It's actually been running.
Yeah, okay, good.
You're still on it.
Well, I'll tell you what, to answer your question, the reason you keep hearing the horn, I'm honking it so all these incredible stars get out of the way.
Oh, I
so
see.
we don't run them over.
I see, here on the Universal Tour.
Plenty. Oh, look, hey, there's the lady that played Gladys Kravitz.